We're back. So excited to see you all here today. Welcome to Boulder Rotary, the best place to be on a Friday afternoon in Boulder, Colorado, or on Zoom. We did have our Zoom people up here a little bit ago, and you'll be able to see them throughout it. And now I'd like to call on past President Bill Meyer to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now in the four-way test of the things we think, say, and do.
Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you very much. Please be seated.
Thank you, Bill. Okay, so we're going to pull out the raffle tickets right away so that we can keep our program flowing. All right, so you get out your raffle tickets, and I've got some numbers here. We have 8388290. It's not Bill Anderson. Which I think the last meeting we were in person was Bill Anderson got the... All right, should I read it again? 8388290. Oh, yay, Michael Weatherwax. Woohoo! All right. All right, so I think we have 18 on Zoom, and they're going to be in and out. We've got a connection here between Charlotte Rome, who is on Zoom, and Bill Anderson, who will be trying to keep us all connected. All right. And now I would like to call up two very special people from the Boulder Rotary Club Foundation, Kitty DeKeefer and past President Lena Kotke.
Thank you, Sally. What a great thing to be able to see you all. I said I was standing at the top of the stairs, and I just looked around and I got kind of emotional. It's like, we're back. This is just wonderful. Well, I have had the pleasure for the last 2 years of chairing the Board of Trustees of the Boulder Rotary Club Foundation. It has been a real privilege to serve with this group of dedicated Rotarians who are charged with stewardship of our foundation's assets and grant making to support the good works of the Boulder Rotary Club. We've just completed our second ever annual report, and it should be available on the website this coming weekend. And I would encourage you to take a look at it to see all the good that you are enabling through your donations to the foundation. And now I'd like to introduce and acknowledge the members who have served as trustees over the past Rotary year. So please stand when I call your name if you are here in person. Vice Chair of the Foundation was George Browning, followed by John Rieger. And our Secretary, Jerry Mock, who's not able to be with us, but who served in that capacity for 4 years. Other trustees include Mike Brady, Janet Beardsley, Dennis Channer, Susan Connolly, Kitty DeKeefer, Norris Harmsmeyer, Grant Hickman, Michael McHale, John Mazalek, and ex officio members, past President John Sullivan, current President Sally Brown, and President-elect Chad Stamm. Also, I need to acknowledge our two volunteers who spend countless hours supporting the work of the foundation, our treasurer, Michael Weatherwax, and our database administrator, Marilyn Terrell. So George, Jerry, and Dennis have completed their terms on the board, as has John Sullivan, past president, and I want to especially thank them for their years of service. And now I'd like to introduce the incoming chair of the foundation, Kitty DeKeefer, who will introduce our newly elected trustees. Kitty.
Sorry. First off, it is with great gratitude that I want to thank Lynn Kotke for her role as the chair over the last 2 years. I'd love to give her a big round of applause. You know, I love shoes, and those are going to be big ones to follow into. We are excited that we have 2 new trustees joining our ranks. Kathy Policita and Jim Rolfes will be joining us, so I'd love to give them a round of applause. And just to let you know, tomorrow we, as a foundation board, are having a retreat, and we're excited that we're going to be thinking about our future, so we'll be coming back to you with more information. So thank you, Sally, for allowing us to be up here.
Okay, so there are so many people who contribute to the good works of Rotary and to club service. And I would like to thank some very special people. We're going to just go around, and I'd like to have you look around the room when these people stand up, because if you aren't involved in club service, or you're trying to find a way to be more involved in Rotary, there's going to be someone standing next to you who already is, so you can ask them questions. All right, so first of all, I'd like to thank our Club Awards Committee. There's a whole committee that seeks out nominations and listens to input and has the difficult job of selecting award recipients, not only at the club level, but also for our district awards. So Jeannie Schlosson and Marty Evans are the chair for this committee. Go ahead and stand up, please. Thank you so much for your work. And if you serve on the nominating committee, we'd like you to stand up as well. All right. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Pam. Thank you. All right. So if you serve on the World Community Service Committee, we'd like you to stand up. Thank you. And if you serve on Preserve Planet Earth, we'd like you to stand up. And Preserve Planet Earth has an announcement to make. Is there a...
Thank you. Yeah, it's a very quick announcement. Thank you to all those who bought flowers 2 weeks ago. The flowers that were left, we're going to be planting at Civic Park on the Civic Center side at 8 o'clock on the 17th, which is Saturday the 17th. And we'll have coffee and pastries, and it won't take very long, I don't think. Maybe an hour, hour and a half. And so it'll be some fellowship and some fun and some flowers. Thank you.
All right, if you stand on the, or if you serve on the Behavioral Wellness Committee, please stand up. They're clustered. If you serve on the Literacy Committee, please stand up. If you serve on the Boulder Rotary Club Foundation, please stand up. We already recognized you, but we're doing it again. And if you serve on the Rotary International Foundation, please stand up. Right. And if you serve on Red Badge, please stand up. Thank you for all your work this year. You guys have certainly not let the pandemic take you over as far as not providing service. I've got a year in review here for you coming up, but I also wanted to thank somebody who's not, it's not a real committee, but it's something that got formed because of the pandemic. And it's a behind-the-scenes Zoom committee. And so I'd really like to thank Cassidy Murphy, Chad Stam, Mike Brady, Bill Anderson, and Daryl Brown for being there, texting with me every week to make sure that the Zooms were still going. So thank you. Please stand up. Please stand up. Thank you. Thank you, guys. All right, so I know I haven't announced every committee, but if you are looking to get involved, there's going to be somebody sitting next to you who has some ideas for you. So please talk to your people at your table. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the club awards. And there are so many members of our club that deserve awards, but here are a few that went above and beyond to truly exemplify service above self. When I call your name, please come up to the podium. Okay. So we're going to start with the first award, which is the Service Above Self Award. And I'd like to call up Brad Weasley. Brad has been a member since 2011. He's a member of the Resident Scholarship Program since 2012. He's the current chairperson of the Resident Scholarship Program, and he also serves as the Boulder Rotary Club treasurer. This has been a challenging year financially, and Brad has always been available for the club and has organized the financial process and made the work of the finance committee so much more streamlined, so I'm told. Brad coordinates the grant process between the club and the committees and keeps everyone on track with our financial goals. When he isn't helping us with our finances, Brad is helping out the PGA. I'd like to thank you so much for your service to Boulder Rotary, Brad. All right, this one is so true. So, Humanitarian of the Year, Hans Wick. Please come to the podium. Hans has been a member of Boulder Rotary since 2018, but Hans had 12 years of prior Rotary experience when he came to BRC. Hans is a licensed pharmacist, but has spent the last 40 years leading healthcare companies in many roles, including CEO. Recently, Hans has served as interim CEO of Mental Health Partners, as one of the leaders of our Behavioral Wellness Committee. Hans has led the QPR, the Question, Persuade, Refer, Suicide Prevention Training Program that many of you have attended. With respect to COVID, Hans put his life on hold and on the line to provide vaccination services in the Denver metropolitan area. Congratulations, Hans. All right, so I don't think I've seen him in person here today, but he could be on Zoom. So the next award is the Rotary Theme Award, and that is Chris Coker. Yeah. Oh, he is here. He's here. He's here. Good. Hi. You snuck in. I didn't see you. Yay. All right. Obviously, our theme this year is Rotary Opens Opportunities. And in collaboration with Boulder Valley School District, the University of Colorado, and the School of Education Leadership Program, he developed the Lead Boulder, now titled Lead Colorado program. Chris serves as CEO of YMCA of Northern Colorado. Chris knows the value of the forged partnerships with educational institutions serving both those at high school and university levels, and how these partnerships open up opportunity. Chris has been directly involved in the Lead Colorado meetings, where he shares his own experience and leadership journey. Chris's passion for leadership is evidenced by his seeing a need, taking action, and serving in a hands-on role, including serving on the board of directors of Boulder Rotary. He demonstrates the commitment to opening opportunities by being a leader in his life's work, as well as being a Rotarian. Okay, this one's not on your paper, and it's a surprise. So, Denver Mile High Rotary Club annually selects an outstanding World Community Service project. This year's project was sponsored by the Boulder Rotary Club. The project name is the Palestine Sustainable Computer Refurbishment Project, led by Meryl Glustrom. In the West Bank, it is common practice to burn discarded electronics in order to harvest precious metals for sale. The fires produce thick black plumes of toxic smoke that endanger residents of both the Palestine territories and Israel. Children often play in the hills where these fires occur, putting them at risk for rare forms of cancer that medical facilities in the area are ill-equipped to diagnose and treat. This project collects these discarded electronics and refurbishes them, providing free computers to local schools as well as some individual households. Members of the local community are trained and paid to produce the refurbished computers. Thank you to Merrill, PPE, and World Community Service. Okay, we also have another award, and it's called the Quiet Hero Award. And I would like to call up Lisa O'Brien. In 2013, Lisa was awarded a grant that's intent was providing an authentic audience for the students in their writing. This was the beginning of the WISE Journal program with Whittier International Elementary School. She has continued to coordinate the WISE Journal program for 3 third grade classes at Whittier since then, making the program available to all. The third graders began a partnership with Boulder Rotary in 2016. In Lisa's words, they, the students, eagerly await the letters from their partners and love to hear about their partners' experience and knowledge. During the past 1.5 years, in the time of the pandemic and online learning for BVSD, Lisa went above and beyond the call of duty and did what needed to be done to make it possible for the journal program to continue. I know our Rotarians love this program, so thank you, Lisa. Together. There we go. Okay. Our next award, I was the first recipient of this award, and I'm pretty excited to be able to announce this today as well. Our Quick Start Award is Ben Gilo. Ben may be on Zoom, I'm not sure. But Ben joined the BRC in October of 2020. BRC is his first Rotary Club experience. After participating in Red Badge meetings, Ben jumped in when the District 5450 announced May 8th as a district-wide day of service. Ben organized and coordinated a drop-off food drive to benefit the Sister Carmen Community Center, working to coordinate the the day with Boulder Community Health, Sister Carmen, and Area 11 members. Ben is moving into a co-chair position with Jeannie Slauson to head up our membership committee. Ben, we are excited to see where you will lead Boulder Rotary. The next award is the President's Discretionary Award, and I am so very grateful to this person for all their help this year. Kitty DeKeefer. Kitty has been a member of BRC since 2010. Kitty has truly been a rock for me over this past year. She calmly and cheerfully took on tasks to help out all of the leadership for this club. Kitty planned our outside meeting at the JCC here in the fall and made that a beautiful event. We are grateful for Kitty's efforts in making our club's homecoming event possible with the Boulder Country Club. It is truly the first step in returning our club to in-person meetings since the pandemic began. Additionally, Kitty serves on the BRCF Board of Trustees, and she is now going to be president, as you saw. She served as the fundraising chair and created the first fundraising plan for BRCF. Kitty has been instrumental in implementing new fundraising technology to make giving to BRCF easier through the use of mobile cause. Kitty, thank you for being such a wonderful Rotarian and being my rock this year. Lifetime Achievement Award, Dr. Gary Kahn. Dr. Gary Kahn joined Boulder Rotary Club in 2007. He has served on the club's board of directors. He's chaired and co-chaired the Program and Youth Services Committee. He's helped establish the Interact Club at Fairview High School. Gary has sponsored 19 members into our club. He envisioned Zoom as part of a tool way before the pandemic for keeping members who were sick or out of town in touch with our club as a tool to attract new members. Gary's Zoom vision helped make it possible for our club to continue meeting during the COVID-19 pandemic. He made it possible for us to host local program speakers from out of state, and 2 speakers from as far away as Germany and the city of Hebron in the West Bank. He made it possible for our club meeting attendance to hold steady at 75 to 85 participants during the 2021 pandemic. Thank you so much for your service to Boulder Rotary, Gary. Rotarian of the Year, Mr. Fred Hull. Fred joined Boulder Rotary Club in 2017. He has led the meeting management, room, and Zoom committees since joining BRC, making sure the video and audio for each BRC meeting, with little help from his friends, was running smoothly. And he's hugely responsible for a smooth transition to Zoom BRC meetings starting in March 2020 and continuing to present day. Fred has scouted out and planned our outside meeting in the fall, planned and coordinated the hybrid meeting at the BCC, and has definitely kept our club literally connected to each other during the pandemic. We couldn't have done it without him. Thank you, Fred. That was really cool. So I loved doing that. It was really, really fun. So, okay, so one of the things that I missed this year, obviously, was just being with you all. And I was, called the Zoom president and so on. And it was definitely challenging to think about, how do I keep everybody motivated when we can't be together? And what should we be doing? And, when I looked back on all the things that we accomplished this year, it was a lot of things. And I think you all should be really proud of all the stuff that you did, because even though we were 6 feet apart, we did a lot. And so I've made you a video. Thank you for a wonderful year, Boulder Rotary. I'd like to thank Rotary International President Holger Knack, our own District Governor, Bob Kemp, and our Assistant District Governor, Mike Brady. But mostly I'd like to thank you, Boulder Rotary. My very last in-person event before the shutdown was President-elect training, where I got to meet Holger Knack. I really want to thank all of the board of directors for their incredible help this year. It's been amazing. We certainly didn't sit idle during this pandemic. We reached out to our community and we did what we always do as Rotarians. We helped out. We started with Sister Carmen food drives, where you guys showed up in your cars with your masks on and brought tons and tons of food to help our neighbors. Many of you braved the cold and risked a pandemic, but smiled behind your masks the entire time. The Daily Camera saw our good work, and Sister Carmen did as well, and they thanked us as strong community partners. Wonderful Rotarians braved the pandemic to meet outside to talk about how we could get together, and we did just that at the JCC outside in September. And we talked about what projects we were working on right then. Here's Michelle talking about Adelante, and Hans talking to us about behavioral wellness. Randy shared with us what the Peace Committee was up to. Lena helped us raise funds for the Boulder Rotary Club Foundation. And of course there was Fred and Vanessa and Lynn keeping us all connected in a hybrid situation on Zoom. Alessandro proudly accepted the Scott Metcalf Award on behalf of the World Community Service Committee. Fourth Graders Talk About Peace was published on Amazon. CU Rotaract had a trivia night to raise funds for good work in our community. The Social Committee, led by Anne Marie Reeder, had a socially distanced outdoor happy hour at their house. George Russell, our cowboy poet, kept us entertained. Meanwhile, in the community, we're all doing our part to stay safe. We saw the fire season hit Boulder, and it hit us hard. We were staring at ash coming down from the sky and wondering about our fellow Rotarians and hoping they were all safe. Fittingly, this year, Rotary International added the environment as one of our 7 areas of service, more important than ever. Our centennial book was published on Amazon for all to keep track of our history. The Peace Committee had ongoing discussions on how to control emotions, understanding the brain, and nonviolent communication. Our very own Peace Ambassador, Randy Butler, was featured in the Rotarian magazine. The Behavioral Wellness Committee met with young people to have intergenerational discussions. The Day of Caring didn't take a break as we got together outside to do good work in our community.
This close.
That close.
This close.
We truly are this close to ending polio, with only 2 cases so far this year. Next year could be the year. Many Rotarians chose Amazon Smile to donate their dollars back to Rotary. Boulder Rotary was honored by Shelterbox and recognized its 20 years of outstanding dedication and support. Rotary International announced its first female president. Congratulations, Jennifer E. Jones. Diversity, equity, and inclusion are important to Rotary. This year, the Peace Committee put together a Roots of Injustice, Seeds of Change workshop. And of course, our wonderful program committee kept up its great work, led by Cassidy Murphy. We had so many wonderful speakers this year, some from near, some from far, and it was so exciting to see what we could do on Zoom. Boulder Rotary Club had its first Friendsgiving and encouraged members to bring their friends to Zoom. The pandemic wasn't over, and our community still really needed food. We had yet another food drive. This one included Santa Claus and many of the elves. Of course, Boulder Rotary did a great job of filling up bins and helping everyone we could. Many of our Rotarians expanded their families with puppies and with babies. Finally, after the new year, we saw Rotarians getting vaccinated, and there seemed to be hope ahead. Tragedy struck our community, and we lost 10 of our neighbors and friends. But even in tragedy, we are people of action, and we got together and ideas flowed. In conjunction with CU, a scholarship was made in the name of Terry Leiker. Speaking of action, the day of service came up, and we answered the call once again for a food drive for Sister Carmen. Through the Boulder Rotary Club Foundation and the GAM Fund, we were able to support an important initiative at the Mapleton Early Childhood Center. And I even got to dance a little, all while raising money for the YWCA. The district conference was held in person with limited seating, of course, but it was so fun to see people. Then finally back in person, where we could give out Paul Harris pins through the foundation. Thank you so much, Michael Weatherwax, and of course Ted Manning for keeping this going. I don't think I've ever smiled as big as I did seeing you all in person. It was truly special. I am so proud to be a Rotary member. And I want to thank Nancy Chin Wagner for letting us get to know a bunch of members this year through the membership moment. And boy, it looks like you all had a lot of fun out there hiking. And the work of the book club continued this year, connecting people together. Thank you so much, Daryl, for being there with me every day and helping me plan and making me laugh. Thank you for a great year. Time now to pass on the baton. And I want to let you know that each and every president gets together to give words of inspiration and wisdom to the new incoming president and to let them know that we're always there for them and they're never alone. Good luck, Chad. You're going to have a great year.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys for working so hard, even though there was a great personal risk to you to get together, and you worked around it. Thank you. Okay, so I would now like to introduce the person who's going to do our inductions today, and that is our wonderful Mike Brady. Mike is the past president of this club, as well as assistant district governor for Area 11 of District 5450. Mike also serves as a trustee on the Boulder Rotary Club Foundation, and when he isn't serving Rotary, he is the president of Generosity Wealth Management. Thank you, Mike. So I'll just call them up right now? Yes, so we're here. Okay, so I would like to call up the current Boulder Rotary Club board and trustees. Sorry. So Vanessa, come on up. And Charlotte is at home. Last year's. Okay. So last year. So she wasn't on. Sorry. Never mind. Okay. Kathy Olivier, come on up. Sorry. Brad Weasley, Chris Coker, Valerie Lippitz, Susan Connolly, Alessandro Sachs, Kitty DeKeefer, Willie Knierim, and Jean Lindeke. And Charlotte Rome is at home managing the Zoom for us. And if you would come over here, please. Line up. And now I'd like you all to take a bow. Thank you. I'm going to turn it over to Mike.
Okay, thank you. So those of you who are staying, Chris Coker, Kitty, Valerie, and Susan, would you mind staying? And we want to thank the outgoing directors. All right. Will the following new directors please come forward? Bill Anderson, Jancy Campbell, Christina Louie, and Carl Kurtz. May I have the following officers come forward? Treasurer Brad Weasley, Secretary Vanessa Mead, Past President Sally Brown, President-elect Cassidy Murphy, and President Chad Stam. Please. You have been elected to important positions in the administration of the Boulder Rotary Club. This is an indication of their esteem and confidence in all of you. They believe you will uphold the high traditions of the club, that you will give the best of your executive ability to the furtherance of the interests of the club and the carrying forward of the object of Rotary. Will you fulfill the responsibilities of your offices to the best of your ability, in accordance with the constitutional documents of this club? If so, you will each answer, I will. Chad, please come on up. You have been elected to the office of the President of Boulder Rotary Club by its members. It is an expression of their confidence in your leadership. I now have the pleasure of administering to you the oath of office. Please repeat after me. There you go. I, Chad Stam,
I, Chad Stam,
as President of the Boulder Rotary Club,
as President of the Boulder Rotary Club,
will to the best of my ability
will, to the best of my ability,
administer the duties of the office of President,
administer the duties of the office of president
in a businesslike manner
in a businesslike manner
and in accordance with the club's constitution and bylaws.
in accordance with the club's constitution and bylaws.
Furthermore, I will give support and assistance
Furthermore, I will give support and assistance
to the district governor and the Rotary International.
to the district governor and to Rotary International.
I bestow upon you this presidential pin as a symbol of your office. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Chad Stam, President of Boulder Rotary Club. Incoming officers and directors, you have been selected by the members of this club to guide its affairs during the coming year. You have been entrusted with an important responsibility that will shape our club's future. Please repeat after me. I state your full name. Do accept and understand the charges of the office to which I am elected, and will work with diligence for the betterment of the club. I present to each of you the Rotary pin appropriate to your office. Cassidy and Chad, would you mind helping me? Sure. Secretary. Treasurer. Cassidy, this is your.
This is treasurer.
Okay, great. This is secretary.
This is secretary.
Which other one? Medium past president. There we go.
Okay.
There we go. The rest of these will be directors.
I'm going to take a few. You got them?
I got him. Please congratulate your new officers and directors for your centennial for the next Rotary year. Almost. To the outgoing officers and directors in the audience, though you are retiring from the administration of your club, your continued active involvement in the club is extremely important. On behalf of Rotary International, District 5450, and the Boulder Rotary Club, I want to thank you for all your hard work serving this club. Past President Sally, please come forward. I hereby declare the new officers and directors installed. You may now give President Chad Stam the Kenyan Maasai War Club Rungu as symbolic of the transfer of the club's administration.
So, this is one of those Rotary moments, and everybody has Rotary moments, and this is quite possibly the biggest one that I'm ever going to have. But it's actually not even the first one I've had today. I had another moment earlier this morning, and I want to talk about that just for a quick second. But before I get to why that happened, I want to thank Sally for all the amazing work that she did this last year. I think that when John Sullivan talked about her last week, the words were absolutely perfect, and there's nothing that I could say that was anywhere close to what he said. But I do want to underscore a couple of things that he mentioned. And I want to do that in the form of a gift that we have for you, Sally. So this is a fireball plant. And when John was talking about Sally last year and what she did for the club, there were a few things that came to mind. The sunshine, the light that she brought to us week after week, which to me was certainly true, and it was a highlight of my week to be able to have a little bit of normalcy with the Rotary Club. So this is a full sun plant. It also attracts butterflies, which is great for our pollinator group here as well. But what got me about it is the flower looks like the coronavirus. So it seemed fitting to me that we could have something that looks like the coronavirus, that attracts butterflies and attracts new members and grows and thrives in light. And hopefully that you and Daryl can plant that in your backyard. And you're welcome. And then Cassidy has also helped me assemble a departing goodie bag of Rotary wares that we also would like to say thank you as well. I feel like Ron Seacrest here. Do we have a clock? What time is it? Okay, so I really don't have anything to say. That was really it, so maybe we'll get out of here on time today. I'm really looking forward to the next year. There's a lot of things that we're going to want to do. Number one is get to a normal meeting stance back here. It's so fantastic that out of all the things that have happened this last year, Sally officially brought us back into this meeting room. So I'm extremely grateful for that. The next 3 meetings, though, will be virtual, or as we are going to start calling it now, multi-access. It's not hybrid anymore. These are multi-access meetings where we can attend in person or on Zoom. So for the next 3 weeks, we are going to be doing that. And then over the next, hopefully maybe several hours, we might have the contracts nailed down to be back here in person again on August the 6th. So with that said, everybody have a great weekend. Go change lives. Oh, yes, thank you. I got so caught up in the flower. So this is the great part about it, right? So I go to the florist in Lafayette, and I'm asking for plants, and I select this plant, and I'm checking out, and I explain why I'm buying the plant. And the owner of the Lafayette florist is like, oh, well, I'm a Paul Harris Fellow. I'm a 30-member Rotarian from the Erie Club, and I'm potentially looking to maybe join up again. So I took his card. His last name is Weathers. I told you I was bad with names and faces. His last name is Weathers. So I extended him an invite to our club, and hopefully at some point in the near future he'll be joining at least for a lunch or something. So we had about a 20-minute conversation about Rotary when I was checking out to buy that flower. So that was my first Rotary moment of the day. So with that being said, let's get out of here. Have a great weekend. Go change lives. Meeting adjourned.